talking about some interesting things involving health. Right? I'm not here again to sell you anything, but I am here to promote some useful ideas in health. I'm a college professor. I'm involved with chemistry. I do shows for kids. I do shows for seniors. And I think we're going to have some fun today. So why don't we get to some of the things I'd like to talk about. How many people have heard that aging is a disease? It's not a disease. Anybody think that aging is a disease?
No.
No, it's natural. It's a natural process. Right?
Considering the alternative.
Considering the alternative, right? She'd rather be in Philadelphia.
Aging Harvard.
Okay. Anybody ever heard of U.B. Blake, the piano player?
Oh, sure.
Well, he said it. He lived to be 100 years old. Okay. Kind of funny. He lived to be 100 years old, then he died. George Barnes lived to be 100 years old, and then he died. Right? That was unusual. Didn't Bob Hope live to be 100 years old?
Yeah.
And he died. Seems like they go past the threshold, and then that's the end. But U.B. Blake said, if I had known that I was going to live this long, I would have taken better care of myself. Okay? Now that's really what we're here to do. We're here to be able to see me within the... Okay, very good. So I'm here to talk more about the quality of your life versus the quantity of your life. All right? So, let's get to this. All right? Old age is no place for sissies. Anybody ever heard that one?
Yes.
It's by Betty Davis. Right? Now, certainly old age, there are problems with old age, but we don't have to throw up our hands and just say, well, that's it. I've got no chance. I'm not going to do anything and sit around and that's all I'll do. No, we always have alternatives. Okay? Now, in society, we put more effort into helping folks reach old age than into helping them enjoy it, right? Just so you get there, but is your quality of life as high as you want it to be? That was Frank Clark. But I want to tell you about something that you might try. Anybody ever heard of KISS?
Keep it simple, stupid.
Well, I call it Keep It Simple Sam. Where's Sam again?
Thank you very much.
We live in a politically correct environment. And this comes from World War II, KISS. We don't want to, we want to substitute the last word, right? Sam, or any women here with a name that starts with S? Sarah, keep it simple Sarah, keep it simple Steve, keep it simple Susan, right? But we want to keep things simple, because once we get into things that are too complicated, people want to just avoid. All right, so we're going to be stressing the KISS. DNA, positive mental attitude. Right? What about positive mental attitude? Well, here's something that Herm Albright said. A positive mental attitude may not solve all your problems, but it will annoy people enough to make it worth the effort. Okay? And I'm glad you're laughing because, right? Laughter is the best medicine, of course, right? Laughter is the shortest distance between two people. Victor Borges said that. How about this one here? A Yiddish proverb. What soap is to the body, laughter is to the soul. Right? Your friend who departed here, he was laughing a little bit.
Departed.
No, well, I'm using the word departed, but he left the building. I saw a smile on his face, so relax, he'll be all right. Okay? So he'll be all right. Maybe I can come back and do another show and he'll be here. Okay? So, laughter. What about laughter? Laughter is both a tranquilizer and an equalizer. Right? Here's a Dr. Bones original. Time spent laughing is time well spent. Right? So, if you like any of these, you're free to use them. Let's talk a little bit about some of the myths of aging. I don't know if I should use the microphone, but if you can't hear me, please tell me that you can't hear me. I'll use the microphone. Well, here's some of the myths of aging from Dr. John Rowe and Dr. Robert Kahn. Right? To be old is to be sick. Does anybody believe that? Is that always true? No, not necessarily. Right? When you get older, do you die of every disease? Right? When you finally die, do you die of every disease? No. That's ridiculous. Right? People think, oh, must have died of 100 different diseases. No, it's not that way at all. Okay? One usually. One is enough. Exactly. Very good. She's got a very good sense of humor, right? But no, of course not. To be old is not necessarily to be sick. And I want to show you some ways where if you are sick, how you can get out of that, and if you're not sick, how you can keep on that plane, right? Trying to avoid sickness. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Anybody believe that?
No.
She's got a good sense of humor, but she still believes that. No, I don't think that's true at all. Let me get something else here. If you learn something new every day, isn't that teaching yourself something new, right? So
It's
you
not a
learn,
trick.
oh, a trick, something new, something funny, something interesting, right? Henry Ford, the great inventor, and the Ford Auto. Anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 20 or 80. Anyone who keeps learning stays young. The greatest thing in life is to keep your mind young, all right? That's really what your goal should be, learning, keeping your mind young. The secret to successful aging is to choose your parents wisely. Anybody know what they're talking about here? Genetics, right? They're talking about genetics, right?
Too late.
Your genetic tree, your heritage. Is that necessarily always true? No, you also, what else are we involved with? The environment, right? The environmental factors, just living, right? Where you live is important as well. I think I've got some feedback on the microphone here. So where you live, how you live, right? That also factors into your lifestyle and how long you may live, right? Okay? Those habits that we have, right? We're going to talk a little bit more about habits, but those things are also indicative of what's going to happen down the road, right? So not just your genetics, also the environment. The lights may be on, but the voltage is low. What about that? Good, at least I'm getting some laughter over there. This sort of goes along with that. You know you're getting old when all of the names in your black book have MB after them. It was Harrison Ford who said that. He's in his 60s.